Hey Dave, I wanted to put together this quick video to show you how to do just some of the basic stuff on your blog, specifically how to write blog articles and the little details that surround that. I'm sure eventually you'll want to know how to do more stuff, and I can either make you another video later, or when you come up here in November, we can sit down at my computer or your computer and just go over a few things. But for now, I wanted to give you enough to get started. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to need to log in to your what's called your dashboard. And in order to do that, you're going to go to up here. You can see it's just the beginning of your website URL, dhjacobslaw.com, and then you're going to go /blog, and then you're going to go / and then wp-admin. And then when you do that, you'll get this screen that kind of looks similar to what we were just looking at. I'm not actually going to say your username and your password in this video because this will be a public video. So I will rather just blur them out when I put them in the boxes, and then I will send you that stuff in an email. So let me get logged in. Alright, so this is what the dashboard looks like, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to focus on this area right here that says posts in just a second, but I also wanted to show you a couple quick things in case I don't get you on the phone today. I wanted to show you what the blog actually looks like live. So let me jump out here quickly, and you can see that it is almost seamless. I mean, it looks almost identical to every other page in your website, which is exactly what we were shooting for, so I'm guessing you'll be pretty happy with this. The only thing that's slightly different is the width here is just a little bit wider, and the navigation is slightly different. This actually brings you back to the main website, this navigation button that says main website home, and then these three are the same. I also wanted to point out that we have all three of your social media stuff going on here in the sidebar. This is your Twitter feed at the top. This is your Facebook stuff here in the middle. And then I added Google Plus also down here. And then you'll see that there are already not quite a few, but there are already several blog posts. And what I did was I just grabbed some of your longer posts that were on your Facebook page and turned them into blog posts. I figured, what the heck, why not? I mean, it's perfect. It's more, fresh new content to your website. Might as well take advantage of it. So there are several posts that are sitting there already, doing some good stuff for Google already, I'm sure. So I just wanted you to get an idea of what the blog looks like. And it's just going to look, if you click a specific post, the only difference is you get the box where people can leave comments. Oh, and as a side note, I also put in a pretty good spam filter too. So the likelihood that you'll get any spam in your blog posts is pretty small as well. And then the last thing that I want to show you before I show you how to do stuff is back on the main site. One thing that we had forgotten to do before was we never actually added your Twitter account. So I actually added your Twitter account back on the regular website over here. So alright, so that's it for the front end stuff. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how to do the posts, and I'll try giving you a call tonight too as well. Alright, so back here in the dashboard, like I said, we're going to focus over here on posts right now. Excuse me. You'll see when you hover over posts, you get this kind of drop down menu. If you click on all posts, it'll just give you an overview of all the posts that have already been written. And like I mentioned before, these posts are just posts that I took from your Facebook page. So that's what these are. If you ever want to edit a specific post, you can just, once you hover over one of the names, you'll see you get this menu that shows up. You can click on edit on any one of those blog posts. If you want to change the title, this is the title right here. If you find a typo or if there's something that you want to add to the actual blog post, you would do it right in here. Most of this stuff in here is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you've seen 99% of this stuff if you've ever worked with Microsoft Word. It's all just, if you want to make, a certain word or sentence bold, there's your bold tag. If you want to make it italic, there's your italics. If you want to create a bulleted list with just bullet points, you would do it here. If you want to create a bulleted list that's numerically laid out, you would use this. If you want to put something in block quotes, you would use these. If you would rather have your text left justified, centered, or right justified, you would highlight your block of text and click on one of these. This is to create a link within your article or a blog post. Some of these I'm not even sure. Oh, this is edited in full screen mode, underline, etc. You get the point. I mean, it's just a bunch of text formatting stuff basically. So that would be how you would edit a post that already exists. Now we're going to go back over. To posts, and we're going to go to add new. Now, whenever you get your next idea for a blog post, you'll enter your title here, just like I had mentioned before, and you'll enter all your body copy in here. Very simple. But what's worth mentioning over here is you can have tag words. So in other words, if your blog post happens to be about a certain DUI case that somebody handled, you could have tags such as, DWI or DUI, DUI attorney, that kind of stuff. And these are all, those are all search engine friendly tags that you can enter right here. The other thing that you'll notice right here is categories. Now, these categories I added myself. You may or may not want to keep them. I just figured it would be a good starting point. If these are entirely wrong, you can just you can delete them and start adding your own categories. Or if you only want to use one category, that's fine too. Whatever works out for you. I just figured since it's my assumption that now that you're on page 1 in Google for the keyword Lawyers Corning, New York, you might want to start thinking about optimizing for different keywords, and that's what I was kind of shooting for over here when I created these categories. And speaking of categories, to create or delete categories, you'll just click on categories over here. These are the categories that I've already created for you, and as you can see, just like with the blog posts, when you hover over a name, you get the little drop-down menu. So if legal malpractice is not a category that you want to have, you can just, you can just hover over that and click delete. Or if you just want to delete all of them and nothing that I did is correct, you can just click on this button here, go underneath bulk actions, and then click delete there, whatever, however you want to do that. So that's what categories are. So back to the add new button of posts. So when you're creating your new blog post, whatever it happens to be, not only will you want to add your tags here, you'll want to add it to a specific category. And if you choose not to enter a category, it will automatically go into the uncategorized category. So you might as well have at least one good category that you created. Just as a side note. And then the same thing with tags over here. These are all the tags that I've already created. Again, if you don't like these, you can just get rid of them. You can get rid of them one by one, or just like I showed you with the categories, you can just click on the name, go under bulk actions, and delete all of them if you just want to start from scratch. And then the last thing that I want to show you underneath add new is how to use the dates. For example, one thing that I did was when I grabbed those Facebook posts, I realized that some of them were dated. So I grabbed, for example, the post that you guys had written about being in the Scarecrow contest, and I actually went into this little area right here, and I think that was like, I don't know, September 26th or whatever. So you can actually predate a post too if you wanted to do that. Generally, you would never mess with this stuff and you would just publish immediately. But if you ever want to predate or post date one of your articles, you can do that here. And that's basically it. The only other thing that I've done is, for example, if I go back to all posts and if we view the Scarecrow posts, actually, let me show you on the front end of the website. this picture right here, the way that I got that in there are several ways that you can add a picture to your blog post. I did this one using, oops, the wrong one, using the featured image. This one obviously already has a featured image, but if it didn't, you would just click on this and it would allow you to choose what image you wanted to use as your featured image. And if it wasn't something that you had already uploaded, then you can just grab something off of your own computer and just throw it in there. And then the other, let me just show you this real quick before I finish up. The other way that you can add a picture to your blog post, and it will be a little bit different than this. With the featured image is always at the top of the article above all the text here. But if you wanted to add a picture within the text, if you wanted to add it within the the body of the blog post, then you would just put your cursor wherever you want that picture to be. For example, if I wanted to have it at the very beginning, I would just put my cursor right here and I would click Add Media, and I'm just going to make one. I'm just going to use the scarecrow picture again. So I'll just say I wanted to use that one. I always set this to left and link to no media file, just so it's not a hyperlink to anything, and then click Insert into Posts. And then if we click Update and we go view that blog post again, you'll see that we have the featured image, and then we have a smaller version of it right within the article too. But I'm actually going to get rid of that. That was just for demonstration purposes. So I'm just going to go in here and get rid of it and update it. And that should be it, Dave. Those are just the bare bone basics, but I think that's all you'll need for the next couple weeks. And obviously, you're an intelligent guy. If you mess around with this stuff a little bit, you'll figure out a bunch of stuff in the meantime until you and I have another meeting. So I hope that was helpful, man. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me a shout. Thanks.